public, done, save. Hello traders, welcome to another live stream. So today is going to be a good day, because today is going to be a money making day. And what we're going to be doing today, we're going to be shorting the market. I'm going to be shorting the market today. And obviously, as always, I'm going to wait for my trading time, which is at 12 noon. That's when I'm going to be placing a short position. If nothing changes, if this market doesn't move in a it doesn't move crazy in either direction, then I'll be placing a short position. Just to kind of recap on yesterday. Yesterday I took a short position as well, but I ended up taking my trade out for break even. And obviously, if you're following my FX book account, you would have seen that the position yesterday did close on break even. So just go over to history and you're gonna see it. Closed the trade on break even because the market did not give me what I wanted to do, but it happens. This is something that it happens all the time in trading. You have to just be able to kind of, you know, take it with a pinch of salt, and move on to the next day. And but today is going to be a much better day. Like I said, if this market doesn't uh, move, crazy in either direction, then I will be taking a short position. Ideally, I want to be taking a short position from anywhere there. And as always, I would expect the market to probably, during after around 1 o'clock or 1:30 to go a little bit higher, and then I'll be able to add on to my short position. But whatever happens today is going to be a short trade. So again, this is just a guide. This does not tell you where my stop loss or take profit is. I don't use stop loss. I don't use take profit. Okay. So this is just to tell you which direction I'm going to be going. So as I wait for the 10 minutes for 12 o'clock to place a trade. I really would like people not to miss today's live trading session. Um, because this is actually one of my favorite trading strategies that I've already spoken about. I already spoke about this trading strategy. Um, it's kind of it's the London drops trading strategy, and I've already spoken about it in one of my streams. I can't remember which one, probably the first one or the second one. I spoke about the London drop strategy, and this is what we're getting today. Um, That's why I would expect the market to just give me a continuation to the downside. So just to kind of try to understand what the market is going to do today. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to draw a couple of lines here, because these are potentially areas that I think the market could go to before it finally, in the next 2 hours, I'm talking about in the next 2 hours, before it drops. And the higher this market goes, the more I'm going to be shorting I'm going to be adding on to my positions. So yeah, it's going to be a money making day today. For anyone that's joining today, today is going to be a money making day, because we're going to be shorting this market, and the market is not going to do anything apart from going down. There's only one direction the market is going to go today, and that's down. But I'm not going to be too confident and say that. I'm going to say there's a 90% chance that this market will go down for the rest of the day, simply because we've got this midweek reversal that is in place. Obviously, I expected the market to reverse yesterday. It didn't do it yesterday. So today I'm expecting, and the market has already started moving to the downside. If you've looked at the trends so far from yesterday, you're going to see that the market has been going down. So this is just a little retracement, and that's just going to be the perfect time for me to short the market. Was in a couple of minutes time, I'll be shorting the market, and there is a chance that I might be adding onto my positions as well if this market keeps going further up. And these are two levels that I've kind of identified in terms of previous structure, and we know how the market loves previous structure, right? So yeah, we'll make money today, guys. You know, potentially probably back on break even with my FX book account. I will be back on break even if I'm able to get two positions in today. I will be back on break even. So but yeah, because in about a minute and a half, I'm gonna be shorting this market. I'm gonna be taking the short trade, and today is gonna be a money making day. Like I said, because this is a combination of my, yeah, what's happening right now is just retracement. It's just retracement. The market will continue going down for the rest of the day, but we just have to kind of navigate the next 2 hours. The next 2 hours are what's going to be crucial. I see the market spending some time here in the next an hour and a half, but we will go down and break this low. Come, New York session, end of New York session, the market will end lower. There's a 90% chance of that happening because we have a midweek reversal that started last night, and also the fact that we had a London drop strategy today. I've already taken a couple of trades in the morning. I had a short position and I had a long position. I've just closed my long position as well, and I'm gonna go short as well. That's on a different other accounts that I'm managing. But on this one that I'm trading, I'm only gonna be taking a short trade only today. So like I said, if you missed yesterday's session, you can see that uh, yesterday I took a break-even trade. So I ended up taking that trade on a break-even because the market kind of retraced, and yeah. But then that's what happens. You take a break-even trade, you move on to the next day. So I will be shorting this market now. I'm only less than 20 seconds away from 12 o'clock. So I'm gonna go over to my account again, the same account that I've been using to trade. So new order 0.1 lot, and it's coming up to 12 o'clock. So I've shorted the market. This is just a retracement, but I do want this market in the next hour, an hour and a half, to at least go and touch this previous structure, either this one or that one, and I will be adding to my position because this market will go down for the rest of the day. This is, like I said, this is a money making strategy, money making day, not a money making strategy. Well, the strategy makes money, but it's a money making day. Simply because I do believe that the market will head down for the rest of the day. So again, if you have your questions, put it in the chart. But I've already taken a short position, as you can see from the account. I've taken a short position. Yesterday was a break-even day, but today is gonna be a money-making day. Today I will make money on this trade. I could potentially be above break-even by the end of the day, but that depends if I'm able to get chances to add on to my position. So that's gonna depend on the market. But I do want this to go to those structure levels, to be honest. So yeah, get your questions in, guys, in the live chat section, and I need to mute this. I don't like the noises coming up from. So anyway, while the market doing this, I'm gonna kind of explain one of my strategies that I trade, which is the London drop strategy. And I know I've already done this in one of my live stream, but I want you guys to really, how many percentage you expect per month, bro? See, this is a question that is, you can't really, as a trader, you can't really answer that question. You can't answer that question. Um, and I'll tell you why you can't answer that question. Yeah, I'll tell you exactly why you can't answer that question, because you know market conditions change from time to time. So if you have a strategy that you're trading consistently, you're following the rules, coming into the market doing exactly the same thing every day. Yeah, you're taking the trade on that strategy. It's impossible to determine how much percentage you're gonna make in a month. Simply because okay, we know the markets have move in three different structures. We're talking about bearish structure, bullish structures, and consolidation. Now, no matter what kind of strategy, there's no strategy in the world that works effectively in all those three market structures. There's no strategy that works in all those three market structures. So your strategy might be very effective in trending markets, and less effective in consolidation, or very effective in consolidation and less effective in trending market. So if your strategy is more effective in trending markets, so in a particular month, if the market just trends for the whole month, then your strategy could potentially make you, probably the maximum amount of percentage you can ever expect from your strategy. But if during that month the market goes into a consolidation, then your strategy is going to make you less percentage. So it's impossible to answer that question. So that's why, guys, that's why I say I'm doing this live stream for you guys to see. So every month you're going to see, if you're going to last that long, you're going to see how the results are going to fluctuate. It's never going to be the same. It's going to fluctuate. But one thing I can tell you is that this strategy is definitely going to make money. You're going to see the strategy being profitable over the long run. Like I said, I don't look at the short term. I don't look at after 5 trades. I don't look at after 6 trades, 10 trades. Start looking at it after 20 trades, because after 20 trades, you're going to be able to judge more on how effective a particular strategy is. So it's impossible to tell you how much percentage I expect to make per month. I can tell you how much percentage I expect to make a year, but not monthly, because monthly is just the market conditions changes from month to month, from day to day, from week to week. So the only thing you can control is the fact that when you come into the market to trade, you have to be able to just be consistent and follow your rule. You're welcome, Vietnam Freedom. You're welcome. So that's the way to so don't ever, if any person, any trader ever tells you, oh, they make this amount of profit per month, just put your shoes and start running in the other direction, because they most likely just trying to kind of sell you dreams, or trying to tell you something that you want to hear, and then they try to probably sell their cause to you. But there's no way anyone can tell you exactly how much they make in a month. It's just impossible. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna explain my London drop strategy for you guys today, and obviously that's really a video that's gonna go onto YouTube later on as well. So because today's strategy is actually along the lines of London drop strategy. It's a strategy that only happens once. Yeah, exactly, like scam. Basically, they're just trying to scam you. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to explain the London drop strategy now. So what I'm going to do is, let's head over to GBP USD, the one that's on this side. Remove drawings. Remove indicators. So let's go. Guys, this is one of the 10 strategies that I do trade with this. And I can guarantee you guys, this is the best strategy you can ever learn. So if you're in the live stream today, I encourage you to pay attention. Pay attention to this strategy, because this strategy will make you a lot of money in trading. I'm not saying that because people, when sometimes when you say something like that, people will be like, oh no, what are you talking about? No, that's probably a scam. That's not going to make me a lot of money. But let me just kind of give you an overview of what this strategy is about. First of all, this is not something you're going to see every day. Okay? In fact, this is a strategy that you can only see probably once every month or once every 2 months. It is that rare. It is very rare. There's a reason why the strategy is very, very rare. It's because when it happens, if you understand how to trade this, I can guarantee you that you're gonna save yourself a lot of pain in the forex market. And this strategy only applies to the GBP USD, which is the only currency pair I trade. I only trade the GBP USD. I do day trading on the GBP USD. And so the first thing that you need to know about this strategy is I'm going to introduce something onto the chart. And that's something that I'm going to introduce onto the chart. It's in the form of a colored sections, right? So I'm going to take this off, and you can see straight away, you can see some shaded sections onto the chart. And now, first of all, you might want to ask yourself, why is this shaded? So the reason why it's shaded is because this shaded area represents the UK session, and this represents the US session. Obviously in the middle you can see there's an overlap. So the overlap is what I trade, what I do live trading. That's what I stream on YouTube every day, and I do live trading. So the overlap section is the pre-New York session. I mean, the New York session actually starts half an hour before the overlaps finishes, but I only trade the live stream that I do every day, every weekday on YouTube. I only trade the pre-New York session. But anyway, the whole point is just for you guys to know that this shaded area is the UK session and the US session, because the UK session, unofficial UK session, starts at 7 o'clock in the morning. Official UK session starts at 9:30 in the morning. So the difference is the pre-UK session. So we have the pre-UK session, and the UK session officially starts at 9:30, and then you have the UK session, then you have the pre-New York session, and then the official New York. This is also important because you have to understand these sessions, because that's what this strategy is about. So anyway, now that you know what the shaded area is, now let's talk about the next important thing on this in understanding this strategy is the daily pip range. Yeah, the daily pip range is the amount of pips that the range of pips that a particular currency pair moves on a daily basis. Now, if I even ask you a question right now, do you even know when does the forex market closes? If I ask you a question, when does it close? There's a lot of people that can't even answer that, and a lot of people might say the forex market closes at 10 p.m. on Friday, it opens at 10 p.m. on Sunday, and technically they're right, but there's also something that you need to know, that at every 10 o'clock every night, we're talking about UK times, I'm not talking about any other time. You can find out the conversion of what 10 p.m. UK time is, in your country or whatever country you're living in. But 10 p.m. UK time, that's when the market resets. It opens and closes at the same time. It resets. So the pip count, the average daily pip count for that day just resets to 0. And then the market starts again. So this is important, because if you want to understand this strategy, this is my strategy. You're never going to see anywhere on the internet where people explain this strategy, before this video comes out. Maybe after this video, some people might go on and make videos about it. But this is my strategy. I gave it my own name. I call it the London drop strategy. And I've already explained to you a couple of things that you need to do. First of all, obviously the shaded, knowing why there's a shaded region. And secondly, knowing when the Forex market closes and opens every single day. The reset time is at 10 p.m. So I'm going to make things a little bit easier for you. Yeah? I'm going to take a box here. Let's go from 10 o'clock the previous night. So the time is at the bottom there. So 10 o'clock is right there. So I'm going to take 10 o'clock the previous night. And I'm also going to take the highest section. And I'm going to go all the way to 10 p.m. the previous night, the following night. And I'm going to make sure that kind of covers the highest and the lowest section of the box. So when you're talking about average daily pip range, from 10 o'clock to 10 o'clock, when the market resets, the pip range for that day is 63 pips. This is what I'm talking about, the average daily pip range. So now, how is that? Now that you know what the average daily pip range is, so how does that relate to the London drop strategy? So the London drop strategy comes about when? So first of all, you need to know that the GBP USD, the average daily pip range on every single day is usually between 80 and 120 pips. Usually, you know, there are extreme circumstances where there's like a huge financial fundamentals move in the market, and the market could move 180, 200 pips, but it's very, very rare, you know. But usually on a normal day, the market sticks between between 80 and 120 pips. So now, the London drop strategy. So let me just ask you a question, just a simple question. Yeah. If the market resets at 10 o'clock one night, yeah, let's say this is the reset time, and then the market moves during the night, and you wake up in the morning, let's say between just before or even slightly after official UK opening, and the market has moved. I'm going to extend this a little bit further, and the market has moved 95 pips. So if the market moves 95 pips, and you know that the average daily pips for the GBP USD is usually between 80 and 120 pips. So this is not going to be rocket science. Surprise, surprise, it's not going to be rocket science. So at around 8, 9, possibly 10 o'clock in the morning, the market has done 95 pips. What do you think is going to happen for the rest of the day? Knowing and having at the back of your mind that the market, there's still about 14 hours left before the market closes and reopens. I mean 10 o'clock at night, so this happens 8 o'clock in the morning, going all the way to 10 p.m. at night. That's 14 hours. And mind you, if the market is going to stay between the average pip range, just rocket science, this is going to happen. Let me just tell you exactly what's going to happen. This market will retrace for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, maybe towards New York session, and then for the rest of the day, if it's gonna do the 120 pips, then this is gonna be the pattern that's gonna happen for that day. So now, the second most important thing, like I said, is understanding when this is gonna happen. Like I said, this only happens once every month, probably once every 2 months. And I'm going to show you a couple of examples on the charts, and you're going to see the behavior of that pattern. But if you're going to learn anything today, learn this pattern, because this is going to save you a lot of pain. Now, it's knowing, about the shaded section, knowing about the pip range. Is that enough for you to just trade this strategy? No, there's one more thing that you need to also put into consideration, and that's the divergence on the RSI. The divergence on the RSI is very important. Now, if this happens in the morning, market drops 190 pips, drops 95 pips, whatever, you're bound to get some kind of a divergence on the RSI around this. So you're going to know exactly when this is going to happen. And to know exactly when this is always going to happen around 12 o'clock, between 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Now, you might think I'm crazy, but trust me, this works. I will show you a couple of them, and you're going to see. It's like magic, but this is what what happens when you study the charts for 2 years and you try to understand the behavior of the daily behavior of these patterns. But like I said, I have 10 different patterns that I trade like this. So, but I'm giving you this one. So whatever you do, just make sure you understand this pattern, because this is gonna make you a lot of money, you know. So divergence on the RSI is gonna give you this move. 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock is gonna give you that move. Now I'm showing you this pattern because I'm actually trading right now on my live stream. So let's head over to the trade and let's look at it. I'm gonna show you this and I'm gonna explain a couple of things as well. So this is the trade for today. So as you can see, the market resets at 10 o'clock the previous night. This is the highest level there. Yeah. So let's look at how many pips the market has moved for that night. 90 pips. 90 pips. The market has moved 90 pips through the night. Let's look at the RSI. So 90 pips. So it can be anywhere between 80 to 90. Just, it's all about logic. There's a lot of logic involved in this. 90 pips. Yeah. And let's look at what the RSI has done. We went oversold here. The RSI created a lower low than the previous low. But did we see any reflection? No, we've got a divergence on the RSI. So I took this trade in the morning. This is 9, 8, what, 10 o'clock. I took this trade in the morning. So you get this move. Now we've got this move that I'm telling you we're going to get. On my live stream, I only trade at 12 o'clock. So now the next move that's going to happen with this market, this is going to go down for the rest of the day. So in the next 2 hours, sometime in the next 2 hours, the market will start going down for the rest of the day. So that's the London drop strategy. But I said I'm going to show you a couple of examples on the charts, right? So I'll show you a couple of examples on the chart. So let's go over to, and like I said, this only happens once a month, probably once every 2 months. So it's not something that you're going to see every day. But if it happens, it's as close as a guarantee that you can ever get in Forex. And you trust me, you guys trade, if you trade the Forex market, you know how difficult it is to make money. It's very difficult to make money in trading, you know. That's why a lot of patience is involved. So even if you know this strategy alone, you only trade once every month, once every 2 months, you can be making enough to make a living if you have the patience to wait and understand what the strategy, you know, comprises of. Well, thank you very much. Your experience so priceless, bro. That's so amazing. Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to, you know, I know there's a lot of traders out there that need help, and there's a lot of traders, you know, out there that kind of have been victims of people that just sell you worthless courses teaching you about resistance and support, you know, and really you're never gonna get anything from that. So let's look at an example here. Taking at 10 o'clock, we got a 10 o'clock right here, right? That's the reset button. Let's look at the peak movement. So from 10 o'clock till about 9:30 in the morning. You see, this is exactly what we've got today. 90 pips. 90 pips movement. What did we have here? Divergence. Can you see the divergence right there? So can someone try to understand what did the market do after the divergence? We got to move up. Do you want to bet your life that this happened around 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock range? So let's analyze the candle. Where's the 12 o'clock? This is a 12 o'clock candle right there. 12 o'clock candle. And what did the market do for the rest of the day? Trends down. So you can get this move, you can get that move. And I'm going to show you another example as well, if you want. There's just so many of them, but it only happens once every month. Once every month. Sometimes once every 2 months. So you see that this one happened on 20th September. So that's just basically 3 weeks before the next one that we're getting today. But the last one happened back in June, actually. So June, July, August. Yeah, so the last one happened back in June. I remember when it happened because I actually traded it. So let's go back to June, probably second week of June. I think the second week of June. second week of June. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. So there's the next one here. So right now I'm using a 15-minute chart to show you this one, because normally I trade on a 5-minute chart, but this chart won't let me go back that far to view the candles on the 15-minute chart. But let's look at another example here. This is another example here. Reset time is at 10 o'clock. This is a reset time. The highest pip, the highest the market has been during the night, and that's what this was at 8 o'clock in the morning. 90 pips. Can you see the amount of pips there? 90 pips, right? So do you again want to bet that somewhere around between 12 and 1 or 12 and 2 we got this reversal? Because I'm looking at this on a 15-minute chart, I cannot see the divergence. If this was on a 5-minute chart, like I said, you would see the divergence clearly, because there's 3 things that you have to pay attention to. First of all, it has to be the pip range for the day in the morning. The divergence on the RSI needs to, you have to take that into account as well. So let's analyze. Let's look at what happens. When did the market start going down? Where's the 12 o'clock candle? This is a 12 o'clock candle. You see that? Perfect entry. What did the market do for the rest of the day? Trades down. So look at what you can get 50 pips in that direction, and you can get 115 pips in the opposite direction. This is as, like I said, this is as guaranteed as you're ever gonna see as a strategy, but you only have to kind of understand it. So now I've given it to you, and I hope you you know, if you haven't if you don't understand it, like I said, just keep watching this stream back and forth again, and try to understand it, because there's a lot of details that I've just given you right now. But anyway, let me go back to my chart and my trade for today, and then yes, so just to recap, like I said, we're trading this expecting the market to go down. So when I tell you that the market is not going to do anything but go down for the rest of the day, this is what we're going to get today. So but obviously there's a couple of levels the market could get to this level before it reverses it. It could. I'm not saying it has to. It could, because we know the market loves structures, but I expect the market to reverse at some point here. And so again, this is just a guide into which direction I'm shorting the market. It's not, it doesn't tell you where my stop. I don't use stop loss. I don't use take profits. But anyway, so even looking at the account, so we're still on break even. The market hasn't really moved, and so now all we have to do is just wait, really. And if you guys have any questions, then we can just now I see the light of my life. Yeah, well, this is just one of the strategies. You have to have an unbelievable amount of patience to wait for this. Like I say, it's all about understanding the behavior. There's a lot of patterns that I can show you guys, and your eyes are just gonna pop like, but we haven't got the time, to do that. There's so many. Like I said, there's 10 other patterns that I do trade. So maybe during these live streams I will be revealing some of them to you. So maybe I will be revealing some of them to you. And this is not something you're gonna find anywhere. Mark my words, you're not gonna find this anywhere. Research on the internet, the only thing you're gonna find is resistance and support, pendant, triangle, whatever. All those rubbish strategies that are never gonna get you anywhere in trading. Maybe the next strategy I'll try to explain to you guys is a post New York rally. It's another strategy that will open your eyes in a way that you're not even gonna believe it. Oh, you have no idea. It took me a really while, and on this strategy that I just showed you guys, I've blown my account twice on that strategy. I've blown my account twice before I understood, or how, before I got to understand how the pattern works. I've blown my account twice. The third time that I traded that strategy, I got break even, and then the fourth time, and then profit. So now every single time I see that strategy, I make profit consistently. So I've given you something for free that actually cost me to learn it. I'm telling you, I blow I blew my account twice on this strategy. So it's not about like if I want to tell you anything about it and just be um but like I said, it's still that's this London drop strategy is still a small piece of everything that I do trade. And believe me, almost every single pattern that I've traded has cost me money. So I won't be showing you all the patterns, but I will show you if I'll give you enough to kind of save you a lot of pain. This is good. Like I said, this pattern will save you a lot of pain. It will save you a lot of pain. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, but you have to remember that you can only apply this strategy to the GBP USD currency pair, not just any currency pair. I mean, you can. It might work on other currency pair, but do your research first. I've researched on this currency pair. 2 years of research. That's what I've done on this currency pair. So if you're gonna use this strategy on any other currency pair, then be careful. That's all I can say. So we're gonna do some analysis soon, um, just to look at the other currency pairs. But yeah, this is like I said, this strategy. If you've missed the explanation, I was just giving you. I mean, you need to watch it back because I can tell you, like I said, this market will not do anything apart from go down for the rest of the day. But I'm not saying you should put your house on it. Is the percentage of that happening is over 90%. It's over 90%. You can see the market is already starting to go down. Yeah, of course you have to back test because like I can promise you that even if you go and try this strategy, if you go and try to trade this strategy, it's probably gonna cost you the first couple times that you trade it. It's gonna cost you a little bit, maybe not too much because now you understand the aspects, the most of the aspects of it. But it's probably gonna cost you a little bit, and but this will save you. This will give you an eye opener because you know exactly. I mean, if you go and trade this strategy now, let's say if it comes about in the future, and you trade this strategy, you're not gonna lose money in it because you know exactly when you have to trade, when things are gonna happen, what you need to look for, and you just follow it. I'm telling you, 90%. This happens, maybe you're gonna get this 6 times a year, 6, 7 times a year. For 6, 7 times a year, you're making 150 pips. That's over. That's almost. That's close to a thousand pips, right? That's close to. If you happen 7 times a year, that's 1,000 pips a year. If you make 1,000 pips a year, I mean, I don't care what your account size is. You will be doubling your account size, probably tripling your account size with just this strategy alone. So the market has taken off. I mean, I won't get the chance to add to my position, but it's still gonna be a win. We're talking about close to 70, 80 pips. Now what are we on? Just 10 pips. Okay. Still have a long way to go, but RSI is a default setting. I don't even know what the default setting is for TradingView, but I don't. Like I said, this I only use RSI for this, the London drop strategy, and a few other occasions. Sometimes the RSI is useless. Trust me, if you watched my stream on Friday, I think watch my stream on Friday, and that was day 3 of the live stream. You're gonna see why I only use RSI sometimes. So because on Friday when I did the live stream on Friday, I told you the RSI was completely useless because the market was overbought and I was still buying and I still made profit on that day because based on the pattern at that time, it renders the RSI completely useless. However, on this occasion with the London drop strategy, the RSI is an important tool to use. Again, if you're just joining me, I just finished explaining the London drop strategy, something that you guys is gonna save you a lot of pain. So all you have to do is just go back and watch it because what I'm trading today is based around the London drop strategy, and like I explained the London drop strategy, we're not gonna see anything from the market apart from a move down today. Nothing else. I've already shorted the market at 12 o'clock somewhere there, I think, on that candle. Already up 10 pips now, but I expect to make at least 50-60 pips, but I'm gonna keep this all the way to probably New York session. Well, thank you. I appreciate. Listen, just you coming here, watching and supporting the channel is enough for me. Um, is enough for me really. So, oh, so healer Maturi. I think I've already kind of. I mean, if it's this is the first time that you've been in the stream, then yeah, you probably haven't. But yeah, I do kind of say this in the stream every day, and it's even on in the thumbnail that you can see it's 12 to 2:30 daily UK time. So I mean, I don't know how aware I can announce that, but if this is, I don't think this is is this your first time coming onto the stream? If it's your first time, then just know that it's every day, every weekday, same time every weekday. And the only thing you can know is probably you have to be subscribed. If you're subscribed to the channel, then you are gonna know because I usually start 10-15 minutes before. I start streaming 10-15 minutes before. So just make sure you're subscribed, and the notification is probably gonna pop up to you, pop up on your screen. Eat healthy, of course, of course. That's very important. It's very, very important. Anyway, we're 15 minutes to 1 o'clock. Maybe we can do some analysis on other currency pairs. Yeah, of course. The link to my Instagram is in the description down below, guys. My Instagram, my website, everything. You're gonna find it in the description of this video. I'm sure. Even my FX book account that I'm using to trade, you're gonna see the statistics and everything. It's there, guys. Oh, okay. Well, you know, you're lucky because I've already just I've been doing this for less than a week really. So from now on, it's gonna be on every weekday from 12 UK time, 12 p.m. UK time to roughly about 2:30. Um, yeah. So just make sure you tune in. I mean, now that you're subscribed, I'm sure it's gonna be able to. I'm sure it's gonna be able to pop up on your. My Instagram is in the description, guys. Just look at the description of this video. You're gonna see the link to the Instagram. I'm trying to copy. I can't even copy and paste it to you guys. So just look in the description. You're gonna find it. Um, but like I said, this is gonna be this is every single day, every single weekday, from 12 to roughly about 2:30 UK time, and and you're going to see me do the same thing every day. I take my trades at 12 o'clock every single day, and I explain to you guys what I think the market is going to do for that day, and you're going to see how I manage that trade in terms of where I take my profits or where I close my position if the market doesn't do what I expect it to do. Although on the days that I usually lose, I kind of know I'm going to lose on that day, but then it's all about following the rules. So I have a strict rule that I follow with my strategy, and whatever my strategy tells me, whichever direction my strategy tells me, is the direction I'm gonna take the trade, regardless of what I think is gonna happen or not. So I think that happens a couple of days ago, probably on Monday, where my strategy told me to short the market, and even though I knew I was gonna end up losing the trade for that day, so that just kind of made me not risk too much. But anyway, you can see all the results so far. Like I said, don't read too much into it, because you're not gonna see any kind of pattern or consistency until after 20, 30 trades. So I've only taken 6 or 7 trades. So thank you. I'm so hero. You watch some of my clips and you like them. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate positive feedbacks like that. Just following 2 accounts of your Instagram. Yeah, you can follow 2 accounts of my Instagram. I'm not really active. I haven't. I mean, don't worry. In the coming weeks and months, once we start getting people, once people just share this video if you have to your friends or people that are like trading. Because once I start getting enough, people that are kind of liking what I'm doing, then I will probably be more active on the social platforms like Instagram and stuff, just to kind of connect with a lot more people and try to help in any way I can. So yeah. So we're gonna do some analysis on other currency pairs, guys, in a second. Again, if you're just joining the stream, please, guys, you need to make sure you watch probably from the 15 or 20 minute mark, where I explain the London drop strategy, because that is something I don't want anyone to miss, because that's gonna save you a lot of point, and it's probably gonna help you understand why I'm shorting this market today. So make sure you watch from the round about the 20 minute mark. I mean, I'm gonna upload the video later on YouTube. I'll cut the section that I talked about the London drop strategy and upload it later on YouTube. But if you want to kind of understand what I'm doing today, or why I'm shorting this market, or why I'm so confident that this today's trade is going to be a winning trade, so you need to rewatch um the London drop strategy. What's your vision for the future? Well, travel, sharing something. Yeah, I mean, travel, definitely I'd like to travel, because the last couple years have been so hard. all over the world. With the pandemic and everything, it hasn't been easy to do anything. I mean, even if you want to travel right now, you have to quarantine, you have to take tests, and there's just so much kind of hassle around. But yeah, I mean, the aim is just to kind of try and help as many traders as possible, because there's a the journey to be a trader is a really a hard one. And uh, and there's so many people out there that are being taken advantage of, in terms of, like, you know people that just try to you know take advantage of the new of those people that are coming into trading for the first time, by either just selling you courses that are never going to help you to be a trader. Because the reality is, the truth is, that every other course you can search and find on the internet or YouTube, they're not going to teach you how to trade. Like, those courses, they're just the same thing being repeated over and over again. We're talking about something that you can go over to baby pips, and you're going to find every single strategy they're talking about, like the resistance, support, and reason indicators and all of that. You can never, those strategies, I'm not saying you shouldn't learn them, but I'm just saying it should only be like a backup or your confirmation. It should always act as a confirmation when you're trading other strategies. So the whole point is just try and save, save some pain for a lot of traders, because, like, I know how hard it is. Trust me, believe me, I know how hard it is to make it as a trader. So if I can kind of shorten that journey for a lot of people, then I'll be very, very happy to do that. Just kind of give you guys an opener how to kind of really get better results from trading. And a lot of times, it's just to do it. You have to keep things simple. Obviously, the most important element, which I always say probably on all my live streams, is the emotional side. The emotional side is something that, you know, because we're all humans and we're all different, we're all wired different. So when it comes to the emotional side of trading, that's the hardest thing to control. That's the hardest things to master on your journey to be a trader. That's the only thing that you should probably try and find a way of mastering it. Because learning how to trade, all these things that even especially what I just showed you right now with the London drop strategy, you know, you can learn that in a few minutes. I done it. I taught you guys in 20 minutes, and a lot of people could you already understood what the strategy, how to trade the strategy. But understanding that and actually trading it are two different things. Because what's going to happen if you go into that strategy and the market does not do what I told you it's going to do? You can panic. Because remember, that strategy is just 90%. When I said the market would drop here at 12 o'clock, there's a 90% chance. So sometimes the market could continue going up. So how do you react to that? Okay, that's why the emotional part is going to come in. So this, to me, that's the only thing that I should always, people should make an effort. Traders should make an effort to kind of understand, try to master is how you control your emotions, because that will determine how far of you can go in trading. Yep, I saved this video. Good. I hope I'm glad you did. So hopefully you can keep referring to it, especially next time you see a London drop strategy, then you can trade it. You're so honest, man, bro. Of course, I told you guys I've been through what a lot of people are going through in terms of learning how to trade, and sometimes I think it's just not fair, like how there's so many trading people that talk about trading on YouTube, that their aim is just to try and kind of make a business out of it. Um, and that's why I never kind of try to be that person who will kind of teach people how to trade if I don't know how to trade myself. Like, to me, it's just it's a bit odd that someone who doesn't know how to trade is teaching people how to trade. Like, what are you teaching? Like, there's a lot of things that you can't give them. You can't you have to be an experience in a certain field to be able to pass along your experience. And trading is a huge, actually trading is a huge part of being a trader. So if you don't have that element in you, you don't have that element. So how is it that you can pass on? Like, it's just, yeah, I find it really, really weird, to be honest. That's why I'll never be that type of person where if, I have to make sure I know how to trade before I can try to teach people how to trade, because, like I said, one of the things that is very important in understanding in being able to trade is mastering your emotions. So I need to be able to make sure I've mastered that part, and then when I'm teaching someone, I can tell you this is how you can go about learning how to master your emotions. You know. Anyway, see, this is not something for you to be worried about. This the market will do this all the time. Like I said, we have a 2 hour window where this reserve reversal is gonna happen from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. It's only 1 o'clock, so the market can't do this. It can even come and make a new high. It might even come back to this previous structure, but it's all a corrective pattern. This is all a corrective pattern. This is all a corrective pattern. I think I would prefer the market to come back to this previous structure, because I'll be adding on to my position. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I'm Vietnamese, so my English not good, but when you said I feel that so comfortable, I'm very happy to that you're able to be comfortable and to understand what I'm teaching. So yeah, the things that we're trading, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're dedicated enough and committed enough, you are gonna eventually make it as a trader. Um, but you have to be aware that the most important thing is the emotional side. That's what you have to be aware. Not learning how to trade, not learning different strategies. It's good to learn a good strategy that works, of course, but I can give you a good strategy that works if you don't have the ability. If you've not mastered your trading emotions, your trading psychology, that strategy will be useless to you. Completely useless. Remember, drink enough water, bro. Don't worry, I drink plenty of water every day. Come to Vietnam, maybe we'll travel somewhere. Yeah, hopefully. Who knows? One day in the future, I will. I will. I'll definitely do that. So, so yeah, we're back at the previous structure now, where we actually shorted the market. So there's a chance the market could go to this previous structure, or it could reverse there on the formation of a double top. So if you've missed the trade, then this is probably your chance to enter the trade if you've missed it. Um, but yeah, like I said, we have a 2 hour window, and in the next couple hours by 2 o'clock, then the market should continue descending. I will add to my position. If we do get to this previous structure, I will add to my position. I live in London. Living in London. That's the reason. That's one of the reasons why I only trade the GBP USD, because it's only active during the day in London. Obviously, UK session 7 o'clock in the morning. That's when I wake up. And 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's when the New York sessions open. So that's the reason. That's probably the major reasons I chose to trade the GBP USD, because it's just active during the times that I'm awake. Okay, so we're going back to that previous structure. We have a structure level there. I will be adding to my position. I'll be adding to my position. So let's go over to the account. New order. I'll make sure it's 84. So I've added onto my position, as the market has gone all the way to that previous structure. So we're still within the 50-minute window before 2 o'clock. So let's see what the market is gonna do from this. Because if you've missed the trade, you might as well take a short trade now. And You could try meditation, bro. Yeah, I know you Asian people, you do like your meditation, don't you? I don't know. I work out. I do go gym in the morning. Sometimes I try and do that 3 4 times a week. So that helps me. Going gym does help me kind of cope, I guess. It keeps me fresh. It keeps my mind fresh. Yeah, fresh outside, bro. Yeah, don't worry. I see a lot of. I'm not one of those traders where I stay like in front of the computer screen all day. You've seen the strategy that I'm trading right now for you guys. I'm only gonna be in the front of a computer for 2 3 hours maximum, and that's it. At the same time every day. But anyway, so I've got two positions running on this market now because like I said, I've added onto my position as we got back to this. The reason why we're seeing this kind of movement is because there's a news announcement that just came out. I think it's to do with the US dollar, and it's the ADP. What is it? ADP non-farm employment change. The non-farm payrolls is gonna be coming out on Friday. So Friday is gonna be a very, very volatile day. Um, so with this strategy, it doesn't really, nothing really affects it in terms of the only thing that's gonna happen, like I said, what you're seeing right now is probably, you know, is gonna help this market actually go in the direction that it needs to. Um, but yeah, let's see. We're still in the 2 hour window. What's your passive income of you, bro? Of a lot of money. Well, I do sell courses. I do teach Australia. So I see you've seen my the link to my website in the description below as well. I do sell courses, but the strategy that I'm teaching people right now is nothing to like what I'm doing right now. It's a strategy that just helps you understand the market better. But it's not a strategy that if you trade you're gonna make money consistently. I mean you can if you're really disciplined, if you master your emotions, then you will be able to use that strategy to make money as well. Um, but yeah, I haven't planned to start teaching people this strategy yet. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I gave away the London drop strategy to you guys earlier, because I haven't actually. I mean I know everything about this strategy, but I still need to kind of put everything into writing. I have to kind of construct a course for it before I can start offering to people who want to learn it. Oh, let's have a look at some other currency pairs while we wait for this. I'm actually gonna start with the Aussie dollar because I believe I showed you guys a bearish godly pattern on this currency pair, and I told you this is an unbelievable trading opportunity because we looked at this market on a higher time frame. On a weekly time frame is bearish, daily time frame is bearish, an hourly time frame is bearish, and we had a bearish godly pattern. So I showed you this pattern probably, I don't know if it was on Monday or Friday in the live stream, and I said this is gonna be a wonderful opportunity to trade. So if you've already taken this trade, you should have probably taken your first target, which is at a trade. If you know how to trade advanced pattern, yep, you should have taken your target trade to the retracement, and you're probably gonna get the second target as well because the momentum was on the downside, and look at the market is retracing back into previous structure, so you can expect that to continue down. So let's have a look at the okay, our trade is still not. Any questions, guys? If you have any questions, just drop it in the comment section down below, in the live chat, and we can talk. So could you talk about correction entry and then market go away? How we know a good correction or not? That's not easy to know. Corrective. The thing is that with corrections, this that's probably the most complex part of trading, because corrections sometimes, even the simplest corrections can turn into a very complex correction. So the only thing I can say is you need to probably try and be familiar with wave analysis. Wave analysis. If you study wave analysis, I'm sure you can find kind of you know books or even videos about them on YouTube or even on the internet. So corrective patterns is something that is very very complex. There's about 10, at least 10 different corrective patterns. I don't know if I think I have a video on that. If you check one of my videos, I think I do have a video that talked about the corrective patterns. Um, but it's not easy to understand corrections. Like, I have to tell you that it's not easy, because sometimes the market, you never know what kind of correction the market is going to make until it's finished making that correction. That's the simple truth. But the normal, usually the simplest form of correction that you get is the 1 2 3 correction, which is a correction where if the market makes an impulse leg, it usually gives, this is the simplest form of correction, which is 1 2 3, and then the market continues. But this can turn into very very complex. That's what I'm saying. If you understand Elliott wave, this can turn into a very very complex contraction. You could end up having something like 1 2 3 4 5 before the market goes up. You can end up having a normal flat, which is the market, it's not going to be 1 2 3, something like that. You can have expanding flat. You can have, so there's just, when it comes to corrective patterns, I have to tell you that's something that nobody can give you like an easy answer, or something that will make your life a lot easy to kind of understand it, if you know what I mean. um, because the truth is, like, it's can be very very complex, can be very complex. So this market hasn't started reversing yet, like I said, so we're gonna probably be in a very painful trade. So let me just try and analyze this market on a higher time frame and see what other possibilities lie ahead. I see. Yeah, so if you learn Elliott wave, then you should be familiar with a lot of corrective patterns. But really, like I said, it's very very complex, and I'm the type of person that when I trade, I like to keep my strategy very simple. I don't like complexing things to the point that when you see me trade, the strategies that I use are strategies that have clear rules. It tells you exactly what to do when the market does so and so. So when it comes to Elliott wave and corrective patterns, you can never have definitive answer. You can never be kind of like, this is exactly what, it's because it's all of, there's a lot of ifs and buts in Elliott wave, if that makes sense. So that's why I don't really trade. I do know I'm familiar with a little bit of Elliott wave, but I don't trade Elliott wave. um but yeah, so that's all I have to kind of tell you. London drop strategy, Dropbox, RSI entry. Yep, exactly. That's the summary. That's the exact summary. But you have to remember it only happens once a month, probably once every 2 months. So it's not something that you're gonna see every day. You have to the pip range has to match. Yeah, of course you can do that. Okay, I need to take a short break now. people watching. I think that's so priceless. Yeah, well, like I said, I've only just started this a few days ago, so um, maybe who knows? After a few weeks, there's gonna be more people on it. They're usually more people than what it is right now, to be honest. But yeah, let's see. Let's wait and see. We'll actually film this probability statistics. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Took my mic off when I took a break. So yeah, I don't know why like live stream has few people watching it. I think it's so priceless. Yeah, well, like I said, I've only just started doing this a few days ago, so it's probably gonna take time before people actually know that I'm doing live stream. Or so let's see what happens. Anyway, we're approaching the end of our window, which is around 2 o'clock. So this market really needs to, you know, start heading down before New York officially opens. Um, so yeah, let's see what the market is gonna do. I'm still hoping this move is gonna happen today. So yeah, so far it's only you. Yesterday there were 10 people on it. So, but then that's what happened. People think when they come on a day where, I mean, yesterday was a break-even day. I wouldn't even call it. It was a break-even day. So maybe when people come on a day where I don't make money, they don't think it's gonna be helpful for them. Not knowing that trading is you don't come into the market and make money every day in trading. It doesn't happen like that. But those are maybe people that think that's what trading is supposed to be, and they're just constantly looking for that. Someone that can just have a live stream and just make thousands of pounds every day. But in reality, that will never happen. So what I try to show people is consistency. How you can have a strategy where you're gonna come into the market and consistently trade that strategy. You have to come into the market and consistently trade it. That's one thing I want to show people, because at the end of the day, consistency is what's gonna help you to be successful in trading. You have to be consistent in following your rules. If you don't have that, just forget it. Yep, you're absolutely right. The journey makes us patient, stronger, and humble. You're absolutely right. Couldn't have said it any better. If you're just joining us, you've missed a lot, really. But the most important thing that you need to take from today is you have to rewind this and watch it from the 15-20 minute mark to understand the trade for today. And there's also a very important lesson in understanding a pattern that will probably save you a lot of pain in trading. Text you on Instagram. You should. Oh, okay. Yeah, don't worry. I'll have a look at that once I finish the live stream. I'll have a look at that. Again, if you're just joining the live stream, please watch from around the 15-20 minute mark to kind of understand the trade today. There's also a very, very important lesson in because I explained one of my strategies that I do trade, which is kind of connected to this trade as well. So we need to save this live stream, everybody. Well, it will be even better if the trade ends up being a winning trade. It will be even better. So yeah, but the market doesn't look like it's reversing. Maybe it's waiting for New York session. So let's see. Let's see. If you're just joining you, still waiting for this market to really reverse, but it's taking longer than usual. So I'm probably gonna have to wait until New York opening and see if we can get some volatility. I've already taken two. I've got two positions on this trade, probably still around break even. Um, really. So let's see if the market can give us a win today. There you go. So it looks like we're finally getting some the volatility I've been expecting an hour or so ago. Um, but yeah, so you see, this is the you know this is what the market can do to you sometimes. Obviously, if you watched my the first half an hour of this video of this stream, when I talked about the London drop strategy and the fact that taking a short position here, expecting the market to reverse within 2 hours. Obviously, I did say within 2 hours, but if you look at this market now, it has taken just a little bit more than 2 hours. This is a 2 hour window right here. Well, actually, it did start reversing after the 2 hour window. But what would have happened if the market did not reverse after the 2 hour? That's one of the things that can start playing with your emotions and stuff, because like I said, trading, the emotional part of trading is the biggest part of trading. But this is still not over yet. I mean, we still have to, I wouldn't be kind of relief until we get to this previous structure, and because anything can happen once New York officially opens. Anything can happen. There's one thing you can count on is the fact that we are going to get some volatility. So, but unless the market comes back and break this structure low, then we can say we're definitely in for a winning trade, because the market will set a new low and probably end the day somewhere at the bottom of the screen. So yeah, like I said, this guy already said in the comment section down below that you need to save this live stream. So all you have to do is really watch the whole live stream to see how this trade was constructed. I mean, like I said, if we get to the previous structure, then that's even going to be even more important that you actually watch the live stream. In terms of the account, like I said, I've already got 2 positions and we're up almost 20 pips, so 15 pips and 8 pips on both positions. So right now we just have to wait and see. But New York is just 3 minutes away, so the volatility is gonna kick in, and hopefully it's gonna go in this direction, because yesterday the volatility went in the other direction and I had to take a break-even trade. So I had to take a break-even trade. So that's why with this strategy, the pre-New York session strategy, I aim to kind of be out of the trade before New York sessions, because when New York session comes about, you kind of don't know. It changes into the market goes into a different type of behavior. So I mean, listen, I've studied this chart for over 2 years worth of charts, and I know that every single session behaves in a different way. There's different patterns for every single different sessions, and once you get to understand that, that's why I aim to not be in a market when it comes to the New York session. But like I said, sometimes when you're in a trade so good as this, so let's just see what happens when New York comes about. I'll probably extend this stream to about 15 minutes after New York open, and I might end it. And if I do end it, obviously I'll tell you guys exactly how I'm gonna handle the trade. Because if I'm in profit, then I will move my stops to break even and then see whatever and wait for the market to do whatever it needs to do. But so far it's working according to plan, even though time wise it's way behind where I expected the market to be. So let's see. Okay, New York is officially open, and yeah, so now we're gonna get the actual reaction of the market to the ADP news that we had an hour and 15 minutes ago. So we're gonna see how the New York traders are gonna react to that move. Hopefully they're gonna drive it way past this previous structure. Because at that point, then we're gonna think about, let's see. You will get volatility. One thing that's fair to certain, and you will get a lot of volatility here. Just to kind of take you back to what happened yesterday. Yesterday was, yes, took a short position yesterday. My first short at 12 o'clock. Actually, I took one position, and the market was in profit until New York opens, and then you see the volatility, how it changed the whole complexion of this trend. It went up completely. So New York sessions, that's how it can affect this trade. So, but let's see. Let's put it on a 15-minute chart. Take out some of the noises. I have 10 different patterns. I call them patterns. I don't really call them. It's the same strategy. It's a, it's the same strategy that I use, but it's all about understanding the different patterns that the market makes. So I have 10 different patterns that I combine with this patterns that they occurred during different sessions. Like you got at the beginning I said there's 3 different ways to look at this day trading. You have the pre-UK sessions, you have the post-UK session, pre-New York session, and post-New York session. And there's different behaviors. So during each and every one of these single sessions, there are patterns that the market make. That sometimes is a pattern that combines, you know, 2 different sessions. Sometimes a pattern that just only occurs in one session. Sometimes a pattern that combines 3 different sessions. So yeah, so like this London drop combines 3 different sessions. You have the pre-UK session, post, and the pre-New York session. Um, so yeah, it's all about the patterns. There's 10 different patterns that I trade, and all of them kind of is specific to every single session. Yeah, but like I said, once it gets to the New York session, this trade that I'm in, sometimes it becomes a little bit risky. That's all I have to say. If I think that the fact that we got into New York session and the market hasn't broken this low, that's why it can be. Normally if we had broken this low coming into New York session, I wouldn't be you know, too worried that the market will continue down for the rest of the day. But now it's a little bit. So let's just see how the market reacts in the next, because it's still kind of filtering. This might just be a small move to the upside, and then the market completely reverses, or it can be a move that completely takes off. So let's see, because we had that yesterday. See, we had that yesterday. This big green candle, and the market just traded off for the rest of the day. So that could happen. So let's see where this 50-minute candle is gonna close. Okay, so I'm gonna be ending this stream in a couple minutes, but like I said, you guys, the link to my FX book is in the description down below. You can see what the results of this trade is gonna be, but I can tell you right now that I'm gonna be holding on to that position, especially if this candle closes. If it's not a higher close candle, which is probably not gonna be. Um, so yeah, I'm not gonna close my position. I'll probably close it in about an hour's or 2 hours time. Preferably, I want to see the market come back to break this low, and I think we might do that today. Simply because this is just a kind of a relief rally. I don't see this candle. It doesn't look like the candle is gonna close. You're gonna have a higher close. So for that reason, I'm a fan of Syria. Yeah, of course I love Syria. I'm a Man United fan, so CR7 is the goat for me. Ronaldo plays for my team, so yeah, I'm a huge fan of him. He's back at Old Trafford now. But anyway, so I'm gonna be closing this stream in a couple of minutes, and yeah. So like I said, a link to if you wanna see how, you know, or when I close this trade, if you wanna see the results of the trade, then. But I will most likely close it if the market does come to break this low. That's where I will most likely close the trade. If it goes up and set a new high, I'll probably end up taking a loss, obviously, which you are also going to be able to see. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say really for today's stream, and hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. It's going to be really volatile on Friday because of the non-farm payrolls and the unemployment data. So Friday will likely be a crazy trading day. Yeah, but anyway, thank you so much, guys, for those of you that have tuned in, and those of you that have contributed by asking questions, and I appreciate that. So yeah, so I'll see you guys on the next stream. Yeah.